last, bringing up the bass. No one owes you anything. I think you need a shotgun blast, a kick in the ass, so paranoid. Watch your back. Oh my, here we go. Another loose cannon gone. Bipolar, slip down, couldn't get much lower. Quicksand's got no sense of humor. I'm still laughing like hell. You think that a crime to me? Looking so sorry that I'm gonna believe you've been affected by social disease. Well then take your medicine. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight for yourself. I'm so sick of this tombstone mentality. If there's an afterlife, then it'll set you free. But I'm not gonna pop the seizure, a self-fulfilling prophecy. You think that a crime to me? Looking so sorry that I'm gonna believe you've been affected by social disease. Well then take your medicine. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight for yourself. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up, when you gotta wake up and fight. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight. come, yeah! Back and forth, stuck in a hole, damage control, digging for rhymes on a second-hand cell phone. Will I survive? Will I survive another year? Still month to month, paying my dues on the inside, making up my mind on the outside. Never again will I be denied, 'cause here I come. 'Cause here I come. 'Cause here I come, yeah! I'm waiting all my life to get out of the trenches. I'm ready to fight for what I believe you can steal from me. I won't take this. Gonna fill these trenches and stand up. Wake up. I won't give up. 'Cause here I come, yeah! What's inside, you know everything comes and goes no matter where you hide. I won't let you take everything that I deserve. Timing is the melody behind every word. So get in where you fit in, time to put it on the line. We're going head to head, can you handle it? I'm bleeding till the last man standing. We're going head to head, can you handle it? I'm taking you down. I'm taking you down. I'm the last man standing. Last man standing. Practice what you preach before you pray until you burn. Scratch until I bleed before I give you back your time. It's my time to be on top. See, I'm breaking down your walls. You better keep your cards close before I make you fall. So get in where you fit in, time to put it on the line. We're going head to head, can you handle it? I'm bleeding till the last man standing. We're going head to head, can you handle it? I'm taking you down. I'm taking you down. I'm the last man standing. Last man standing. I will break you down. Head to head, it's all or nothing. Hands unbound. I've been waiting way too long to take you down. I will be the last man standing. So getting where you fit in, time to put it on the line. We're going head to head. Can you handle it? I'm bleeding till the last man standing. We're going head to head. Can you handle it? I'm taking you down. I'm the last man standing. We're going head to head. Can you handle you and the way you look, all the things you do. You drive me crazy, drive me crazy. Sick of being broke, can't pay the shit. I'm about to snap, I can't handle it. I'm going crazy, going crazy. If you're sick like me, there's no stopping now. Try to break it up and just let it out. If I was sick like you, I would feed the fire. I would light it up and watch it all jump down. I'm so sick of my life, it's the same old shit. Try to make it bend, but it never gets. Look what you made me, what you made me. Why my boss is a little bitch. If he keeps it up, I'll make him quit or I'll go crazy. I'm going crazy. If you're sick like me, there's no stopping now. Gotta break it up and just let it out. If I was sick like you, I would feed the fire. I would light it up and watch it all jump down. And watch it all jump down. I'm so sick of me, being sick of you and the way you look, all the things you do. You drive me crazy, drive me crazy. Yeah. If you're sick like me, there's no stopping now. Gotta break it up and just let it out. If I was sick like you, I would feed the fire. I would light it up and watch it all jump down. If you're sick like me, there's no stopping now. If you're sick like me, if you're sick like me.
Another day in this carnival of souls. Another night settles in as quickly as it goes. The memories are shadows, ink on the page, and I can't seem to find my way home. And it's almost like your heaven's trying everything. Your heaven's trying everything to keep me out. All the places I've been and things I've seen, a million stories that made up a million shattered dreams. The faces of people I'll never see again, and I can't seem to find my way home. 'Cause it's almost like your heaven's trying everything to break me down. 'Cause it's almost heaven's trying everything. Your heaven's trying everything to break me down.
Tonight. Good evening, sim racing fans across the globe, and welcome to night number 3 of the 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals with live coverage tonight on Fast 4 Media and powered by Loud Pedal TV. Jacob Seelman, Justin Rosenau, Robert Simons in the broadcast booth as we get set to call all the action and get one step closer to championship night tomorrow night here on Fast 4 Media. We've been through 2 nights of coverage already. We're about to get 4 more drivers locked into championship night this evening, and it has been a whole lot of fun to watch over the last 48 hours. Justin, it's been already crazy. Flip counts up to 30. We've got a lot to go on, and we've got big names. When you talk about Logan Seavey, the defending winner, and oh, by the way, some Chris Bell kids here too to race tonight. It's going to be wild.
Oh, yeah, Christopher Bell, the Norman, Oklahoma native. He just got a ride with Kyle Busch Motorsports in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Going to look for good things out of him. He should have had one of these virtual golden drillers already. We also have Kenny Humpy, and we are going to get, I do believe, NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series champion from this last year, Kenny Humpy. He looks to be in the house possibly tonight, and a few other stout names I see on the entry list already.
Yeah, Bell, the third edition winner of this event. And yes, NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series champ Kenny Humpy in the house. And Robert, we're getting ready to rock and roll with this. 2 nights of preliminaries, 8 drivers already locked in. Now, Sunday night, maybe not as interesting. Dylan Wilson wiring the field. I know last night, though, it was wild, it was wacky, and it was completely nuts coming to the checkered flag, almost 3 wide to the finish. What are we going to see tonight?
Most definitely looking to see a little bit more of a cushion here, as I've talked to many of the drivers, and the track looks very, very tacky out there tonight, so it looks like there might be a big cushion out there. With night number 2, there was like no cushion at all. Nick Cooper coming all the way from towards the back of the pack to win night number 2, and it looks to be a great night here at the Chili Bowl for night number 3. Jacob Seelman.
All right, Justin, I'm looking down the Tuesday night entry list. We talked about Bell. We talked about Seavey. We mentioned Humpy. J.D. Laird's flown over from the iRacing side to take part tonight. Ross Weiss, the infamous camera guy, as we call him, getting the driver's suit and helmet back on. And Dalton England, Austin Yarborough. A lot of familiar sim racing names on this list tonight. A lot that I think can contend for some of the transfer spots. Going to be fun to watch. I mean, you don't have to look far to know that there's going to be action everywhere tonight on this racetrack.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm looking at the entry list right now, and all the names that I'm seeing are, some of the guys that can win. Big man Corey Wenzel. I've known him to win a race or 2 in these midgets and sprint cars. Cody Halter, Dakota Kuhn, all them drivers that I've seen on the entry list. This could wind up being the actual stacked night out of the 3. And to be honest with you, Jacob and Robert, my guess is I think we're going to see more of what we seen last night. Utter chaos up at the front of the field, slide job after slide job, and I'm looking to see what might actually happen as the night unfolds.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think all 3 of us up here are, and before we kick things off, we are going to patch in with Trackside Communications and touch base with Dalton England before we get things started. Dalton, I know you've been waiting a little bit through this week to get on track. It's been fun to watch, and I know you've got to be excited for what's getting ready to go on tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to get this thing going. It's been a long week watching really good racing. Bo's put out a good track. It's been a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully I can be a part of it tonight in the A-Main.
You've done a lot of this, and I know you've probably been able to learn a lot over the last 2 days. What have you picked up on that's going to be a key to being successful here tonight?
Well, confidence is one thing, and getting through your heat race is another thing, because you definitely don't want to be at the bottom of passing points going into your qualifiers, because you're really going to have to move through the qualifier. It's only 12 laps, I believe, so you got to be on the move quick if you want to be in the A-Main tonight, and if you're not in the A-Main tonight, tomorrow night it's going to be really hard. I had to do it last year from the F-Main and almost got into the A-Main. I was one of the few guys, so I've learned that, and just the track, if it's anything like the past 2 nights, it's been really good. the cushion the first night, put on some good racing.
User in your time.
And then last night was pretty good, so I'm just looking forward to it.
Most definitely, Dalton. And as we look through the field, and Jacob was just saying this earlier, with the stout field of competitors, what is it going to take for you to get to the front tonight?
Yeah, it's going to take some patience. Been trying to work on that as of late in races, just being patient, letting stuff come to me. 25 laps, I know it's not a ton, but it's definitely enough to get something done if I start near the back of the A main tonight. So just keep the reminder in my head of patience and keep going.
We'll let you get to it, Dalton, but definitely best of luck. And I know you're hoping that we're back talking to you here a little later tonight.
Yep, thanks, guys.
All right, Justin, so we start to get a look inside a few of these drivers' heads before we rock and roll. You know, listening to Dalton talk about what he's learned over the first two nights, you've got to imagine that these guys actually go into it, you would almost feel like, with a little bit of an advantage, only because they've had two nights to be able to watch what works and what doesn't.
But then you also have to factor in, guys, is the fact that the drivers could get their anticipation up so much that it could actually affect them, and they're overdriving their race cars as well. It's really going to be coming down to really what's going to happen once the green flag drops in heat race number 1. And I want to take a moment right now to let the viewers know you can follow us along on Twitter, and we're going to use these 3 different hashtags tonight. We're going to use hashtag UselessSimChiliBowl, hashtag tweet your seat, send us a picture, we'll mention you on the air, and follow along with the hashtag flip count, which is currently at 30 through just 2 nights of racing. You can also tweet at SimPro Racing, at JRosenow91. You can roll with at Jacob Seelman77 or at Race Chaser News, at RS Photography 20, and at Jeff Burba 37. A whole bunch of ways you can reach out to us over the course of tonight, and we'll get you mentioned as soon as possible. Send in those tweets, and we'll catch up with you as heat race number 1 gets ready to roll underway.
I think we've been waiting about, all day for this moment, Justin. And, you know, we've talked about the field and exactly, the talent level coming into tonight. You've got to imagine these heats are going to be fast, they're going to be furious, and there's not going to be a whole lot of room for error.
Almost none whatsoever, and to be honest with you, we've seen guys that, messed up in the heat race do very well in the qualifier and kind of claw their way back, but the heat races, if you're starting mid-pack on back, you really want to get the passing points by going all the way to the front and winning your heat race tonight.
And we're going to get the grid for you here in just a moment. Getting set to kick off heat race number 1. A program again tonight going to be 5 heats, 3 qualifiers, and then the alphabet soup C main if needed, 2 Bs and the A. And before we kick off, want to say thank you to a lot of the sponsors that helped make tonight's broadcast possible. Of course, you are watching the 6th Annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by Loud Pedal TV, the official media provider for the United States Auto Club, as well as the leader in dirt track video production across America. Welcome to the new chapter in weekly race coverage from coast to coast. For more info on shows and other content, hit up loudpedal.tv for more information. This broadcast presented by Fast 4 Media, your source for online video of outlaw kart racing, micro sprints, and 360 sprint car racing on the West Coast. By Action Wraps. ActionWraps.com is your online source for motorsport and vehicle graphics, offering services from wraps and more. Get all the details. Go to actionwraps.com.
Going to throw another shout out to one of our sponsors, SWS Chassis. SWS Chassis is the leader in sprint car model kits, as they offer the most realistic chassis and panels for model builders globally. To get more info on the products they offer, visit their website at www.southwestscalechassis.com, or you can reach them at their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. Look for them at SWS Chassis. And also the event provider tonight, SimPro Racing. They are the leader in simulation dirt open wheel racing, offering sanctioned series with the Power Eye and MOA Sprint Car Series banners. Using the R-Factor simulation, the casual fan in the stands can race against some of the drivers who do it for real on Saturday night. For more information on how you can get started today, go to www.simproracing.com for more details.
Also, thanks to TPR, Total Performance Racing, and Dylan Schiebel Designs as additional sponsors of tonight's broadcast. And I don't know, we're getting down to it. Almost time to kick off this first heat, Robert. We were talking about a few keys earlier, but, there's always do's and don'ts. What are the things these guys need to avoid tonight if they want to be successful?
Well, these guys definitely have to be patient on this track. This track is a definitely very tacky track, like we were saying, for the heat event. And when we get down to the slick, it can be very defined of where the lines are, and you don't want to overstep your boundaries by going into the corner a little bit too hot or a little bit too shallow. So you got to be just patient and work your way through the field. Another thing that some of the drivers were talking about earlier is the slide jobs. The slide jobs are all over the place here at the Chili Bowl, with the flip count at 30 entering tonight. You just want to make sure that when you're going in for your slide jobs that you don't go in too far and hit that wall and start flipping, or hit another car and start flipping. So it's a challenge here at the Chili Bowl, especially with the Power Eye midgets, but it is always great racing here for the Chili Bowl.
A lot to look forward to, Justin. A lot to get ready and start right here as we get set for heat race number 1. I know we've talked about the depth of field. Let's talk about the track for a minute, because I think Dalton said it when he said this track very tacky tonight, and that's going to work in over the course of the night. But you got to also consider it's a little bit different than what we had on nights 1 and night 2.
Oh, very different. The track was a little bit more slick on night number 2 last night, and night number 1 was a little bit heavier of a racetrack, but this track, very narrow. There is a cushion right now in the middle of the racetrack, especially on both ends of the racetrack, turns 1 and 2, and turns 3 and 4. The drivers sometimes running 4 wheels above the cushion, and that really could play to somebody's hand in trying to get from the back to the front here in the heat races. As I do believe the grid now rolling on the screen, I believe Darren Mellett going to be number 1. He's going to start on the pole. Jay Brown going to start 2nd, and Clayton Tilley starts 3rd, and still missing the 4th place driver. We're going to have to roll it here just once again.
It's looking like Joel Hoffmaster starting 4th here. JT Laird. Dalton England will start 6th. 7th is Kyle Spence, and in heat race number 1, starting out 8th is Chris Stringfellow. So stout field of racers, like you were saying, and should be some great racing here in heat race number 1.
We are excited for it. We are just about to kick it off right here for heat number 1 on Fast 4 Media as the field starts to grid up. I'm watching Dalton starting from 6th, Justin. I think he's going to be one of those. We know he knows how to move through the field and work the grooves here at the virtual Tulsa Expo Center track, and I don't think he's going to stay back there mired in row number 3 very long at all.
I don't think so, but you have to watch out for the guys who are going to nail that cushion a little bit too hard. We might add to the flip count quite a bit here in the early going here. The heat race is getting ready to roll off. And another guy to keep your eye on, the iRacing veteran J.D. Laird's in this race as well. How about Joel Hoffmaster? He's no stranger to going to the front as well. And how about the iRacing sprint car veteran Jay Brown, more colloquially known as Jason Brown? 2 Jason Browns entered into the event, so Jay Brown, for that matter, is looking to drive right away from the outside pole as the field files through turn 3 and 4. Green flag getting ready to wave in the air. We are underway here in heat race number 1.
And not a good start for Brown at all. He went from the outside of the front row back to about 6th, and there's going to be a reset here. We're going to regrid him and try it again, Justin. That restart, that initial start here did not cooperate at all.
Yeah, a few of the drivers look like they got a little bit antsy, and they need to be side by side at the cone when the green flag does indeed fly. The admins decided that Jay Brown a little bit off there from Darren Mellett. They're just going to bring it back one more time, and we'll get them fired off and rolled in once again, try to get this heat race number 1 action underway.
And I came from the late model world here on sim racing, so I've come into these cars. They are a little bit different as far as takeoff and restarts here Jacob and Justin, these cars, you can't just stab the gas and go. You have to ease into it and be hopeful that the cars don't rank up as you're getting on the pedal.
Absolutely right. We're getting on the loud pedal right here. Green flag flies. Now we're going again. And how about the start for Mellett on the front row? He gets away to the early lead. And again, Jay Brown falls back a little bit, but now the battle's on. Dalton England trying to make the move. It's for fifth on lap one. Mellett leads, and England's the one trying to charge through the field. Nearly 3 wide on the top.
Dalton England right on the cushion. Jay Brown tries to put a slider on Kyle Spence. Feeds him a right rear, and England going to feed Jay Brown a right rear as he's trying to roll the bottom. And it's still Darren Mellett out front, and Clayton Tilley trying to roll the bottom to try to gain the advantage.
JD
No
there in
advantage
third. JD there in third, trying to gain some muscle on the front two cars as the front two cars pull away here on lap number 4.
Halfway home, Mellett's still your leader by nearly 0.6 of a second. Clayton Tilley trying to charge in that number 2 position. And how about J.D. Laird? Still, the battle is on for third. He's got it, and just ahead of Kyle Spence and Dalton England, who are fighting for fourth really hard right now, Justin, as they work through into turns 3 and 4 again.
2 laps to go in heat race number 1. Kyle Spence has the edge over Dalton England. The field starting to string themselves out. Battle for 6. Jay Brown, he's up on the high side. 4 wheels over the cushion as a white flag in the air next time by for Darren Mellett, Jacob.
White flag is out as Mellett 1 lap, now a half lap away from victory. And how about the change into turn 3 and 4 for the final time? Clayton Tilley snuck up and he's going to steal heat race number 1. A last-second slider in turns 3 and 4. Mellett comes up second, J.D. Laird third, Kyle Spence, Dalton England, Jay Brown, Chris Stringfellow, Joel Hoffmaster, your 8-car field for heat number 1. And how about that? We were focused on Mellett, Justin, and Clayton Tilley. Where did he come from at the last possible second?
Clayton Tilley just absolutely stole that one. 8 thousandths of a second at the stripe, and I don't think you could get much closer. We did have one heat race come within about 6 thousandths of a second, and I believe, Robert, you caught up with Clayton Tilley.
Yes, I did up here in the pit area. He's towards the back here, but we're able to get to Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley just able to come away with the heat race number 1 win, and a great job out there, buddy.
Thanks very much.
Definitely looked like you two were pulling away top 2 cars there, and you were just able to drive away with the win. What do you think of the track out there this evening?
Yeah, track's alright. It's what do you expect really? Just drive around at the bottom. You get a nice cruisy line. You're consistent, but I just managed to get past him simply because of that lap car, I think.
Clayton, we're curious real quick. I mean, the last set slide job. Did you think it was going to work coming off turn 4? Did you feel like you had enough space to make it work the way you did, or were you a little nervous coming to the line there?
I was heavy on the pedal, but I was just hoping. I saw him on the bottom thing that he was just drifting that back a little bit, so see what happens.
Any sponsors or shout-outs you need to give?
Tilley's Racing Designs and everythingdirt.net.
That's Clayton Tilley, winner of heat race number 1 here tonight for the 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. And we're going to get heat 2 underway here in just a moment. Justin, very much looking forward to it. And already the energy's there after heat 1, which did nothing short of impress me. And this track's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, and if this is the way it's going to be all night long, I would really like to see what Bo Brunig and the gang at SimPro Racing can come up with for tomorrow night's championship features. And, did I mention, we're also going to have a pole shuffle tomorrow night as well.
Oh, boy. This is where it gets good, because these front 12, or the 12 lock-ins, Justin, they get a chance. It's set by random draw, the top 12 order, but the guys who draw back in that 12 get a chance to go out one-on-one and try to improve their position in the starting lineup. We saw this work actually really well in the real-life Chili Bowl a couple of weeks ago. Zach Daum making the march from 12th to 7th on the grid, so it can be done. It's been proven, and it's a great variable for these guys because you don't know exactly where you're going to start until it's done.
Absolutely not, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's happening. I just want to take this moment, though, to call out a few guys that have already tweeted in here tonight. Michael Call showing us his seat for the SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals, and Eric Wilkie as well. He's already tweeted in, rolling off 6th in Heat 4 tonight. Tweet your seat, hashtag useless Sim Chili Bowl, and tweets at SimPro Racing. Hearing a shout-out going to Bryce Staton as well. He's tweeted in as well, and a few others. And Robert, I'm really looking forward to see what happens here at Heat Race, too, because this is already a stacked field. I'm seeing a late model veteran I'm sure you're probably familiar with.
Most definitely coming from the late model world, as everybody knows, DLM. But anyways, we've got quite a few stout performers out here, including a couple of guys from True Speed Motorsports, Ricky Sanders and Corey Wenzel, and not to mention probably one of the hardest guys to ever try to race here this evening, Kevin Swindell, entering the server now in the Mike McKinney midget, and it is looking like this is going to be a good race.
I'm excited about it. And, just to know the progress that Kevin's making to overcome the injuries that he had at Knoxville last year, to have him in this race is not only an honor for everybody that's running in it. I think it's fun for us to watch and an honor for us to watch because, Kevin Swindell, if he can find a way to be up on the wheel, he will be up on the wheel 110%, and he is going to be one of the toughest guys to beat. When you talk about 4 golden drillers on the fireplace, there's no shame in that. He's probably turned more laps at this racetrack, real or virtual, than anybody except for maybe his dad.
Well, yeah, the Bulldog, Kevin Swindell, 4 golden drillers, and he's just, eons away, inches away, for that matter, from having a 5th. And I really have to say, Jacob, it's really impressive to see him here trying to get in his racing fix. And he's out there turning laps, folks. He may actually be in Heat Race number 2. I'm excited to see what the Bulldog can do.
He's not that far off either. Give him a 10th or 2, and he'll be right in the middle of this mix. I think we're all fired up about it right now. And Robert, you talk about Logan Seavey now. We've got the defending winner out on track too. So this could be a whole lot of fun in Heat Race number 2, especially when you consider Logan winning this race last year. I don't think was on anybody's radar.
No, it wasn't. I remember watching it last year, and it was one awesome race as Logan Seavey come out with the victory last year, and he is looking stout again this year with being top in practice right now, top time in practice with a 2:46. Give a shout out to Tyler Edwards, who is also running second right now in practice, but going back through the field, it's looking like a stout full of competitors here in Heat Race number 2. So we'll see who comes out on top here as the field gets set for Heat Race number 2.
You're going to get a look right now at actually the setup that Kevin Swindell is using to compete this evening, Justin. They've been working on the hand controls for the real car for him as well, and they actually had a car with hand controls at the Tulsa Expo Center for the Chili Bowl in the event that he had felt well enough to potentially get behind the wheel. Obviously, we know he's still healing up, but the progress has been very, very good, and it's just so refreshing to see him in this field tonight, and really, I think a pick-me-up for all of us knowing this is a big moment.
Oh, big moment. I'm at a loss for words, guys. Really, I am just so happy to see Kevin back on track, whether it's virtual or for real, and good on Kevin for getting behind the wheel of one of these things, even in the virtual world, because I know for him it's got to be such a sweet release getting out on the racetrack. And like we said, he's not that far off, maybe a tenth and a half at most from the fastest lap time, but he is right there, and he can certainly win Heat Race number 2.
It's going to be fun to watch, and we've got a little bit of a delay in the action here from the admin side, so we're going to take this opportunity to step away for just a moment, but we're going to come back with Heat number 2 and a whole lot more action here at the 6th annual running of the SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals on Fast 4 Media. Stay with us. Welcome back to coverage of the 6th Annual Chili Bowl Sim Nationals here on Fast 4 Media, presented by SimPro Racing and Loud Pedal TV. Jacob Seelman, Justin Rosenau, and Robert Simons in the broadcast booth as we're getting set for heat race number 2 here tonight with a bunch of heavy hitters, Justin. Logan Seavey, Kevin Swindell in the same heat race. We were talking about it before the break. It's going to be big tonight. It just got big. Right here, right now. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, big time. The Bulldog, Kevin Swindell. You got last year's champion, Logan Seavey, in the house. You got Ricky Sanders, Corey Wenzel from True Speed Motorsports. And how about the late model veteran, Brad Thompson? He's going to be, looks like he's going to roll off possibly 5th or so. We'll get the grid for you in just a few moments. But there are a lot of big names here in this second heat race. And Kevin Swindell, just maybe a 10th or at most off of the fastest time set in the practice session. And as I say that, Jacob, the grid rolling on the screen.
Yeah, let's take a look at the starting grid right here. On the pole, going to be Corey Wenzel, and to his outside, going to be Brad Thompson. Row number 2, going to find Ricky Sanders, and the defending Sim Chili Bowl Nationals champ, Logan Seavey. Row number 3, Jared Burba and Carson Stout. Lane Goodman, Tyler Edwards on row number 4.
Kevin Swindell, not sure if he's going to race heat race number 2, but it's very encouraging to see him on the track. We'll see if he's going to join the grid here in just a few seconds as heat race number 2 gets ready to roll off. Again, Corey Wenzel, Brad Thompson in your front row as we get ready to roll off heat race number 2 on night number 3 of the 6th Annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals.
Grid is rolling behind the safety car. Next time by, we will be green flag and racing here for heat number 2. Safety car off into the infield. Field in the hands of Corey Wenzel and Brad Thompson. Field into turns 3 and 4. And let's drop the green rag one more time, shall we? We are underway for heat race number 2. A lot of contact, 4 wide into 1.
Ricky Sanders going to slide up the inside, battling wheel to wheel with Corey Wenzel now going into turn 3 and 4. Wenzel on the cushion. Ricky Sanders to the lead now as the field works up on the high side now at 1 and 2.
Hello, Logan Seavey. Seavey up second, shot the middle, Robert, and made it happen. Now he's all over the back deck lid of the leader.
Most definitely, Ricky Sanders up there. Logan Seavey right on his back bumper as they enter through 3 and 4. Sanders now messes up just a little bit as Seavey makes his way, tried to get to the inside of Sanders, but not able to get it done through 2.
As Seavey right there almost gets into the back tail tank of Ricky Sanders. The two side by side, wheel to wheel. Logan Seavey, your new leader, as he slides him around the outside. And Seavey to the point here as we're halfway down, halfway to go.
Are we surprised by it? No, not at all. Logan Seavey to the point, Robert, and away from this field now by 5 car lengths and growing. Once he found that cushion, it was good night, Gracie.
Most definitely 2 laps to go now for Logan Seavey as he's up on the high side, wheeling her straight away now over Ricky Sanders, and Corey Wenzel is back about a half a track in 3rd.
White flag in the air for your leader, Logan Seavey. Tyler Edwards sliding the inside of Corey Wenzel, and checker flag in the air. This time by on at turn number 4, last year's champion, Logan Seavey, going to win heat race number 2.
Ricky Sanders second, Tyler Edwards third, Corey Wenzel fourth, Lane Goodman fifth, Brad Thompson, Carson Stout, Jared Burba. The rest of the 8 cars that took the green flag, but it was Logan Seavey coming from the 3rd row up to the front end of the checkered flag as we finish off heat number 2, and we'll chat with him now. Logan, hello, dominating performance. I guess last year wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, the car was really good. Just was taking my time there. Ricky just made a little mistake, and I was able to sneak by. Hopefully the rest of the night goes pretty smooth.
Does that prove a point a little bit? Maybe not so much for you, but for everybody else that comes in and eyeing you saying, okay, he won last year's race, but I think this was the point that you're here to win another Golden Driller.
Yeah, we got a decent amount of practice here. I think people look at us as a threat, but, I hope we just can have another smooth year like last year.
You had a little bit of experience on the real track a couple of weeks ago. Anything you learned from that transfers over here, or is it completely different animals? I've heard different things from different people that have been out and now done both over the course of the last couple of days.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you really can take much from the real thing, but I wouldn't say it's too far off either. So it's obviously a whole different deal when you're sitting inside a real race car, but it's fairly similar to driving.
Who makes it happen for you? Sponsor shout outs. Who do you need to thank, Logan?
This year we got Bullet Motorsports, same deal as my sprint car, John Taylor. Got a nice looking midget. Everybody at RMFD and KJH.
Logan Seavey, the defending winner, kicks off the night right, wins heat race number 2, and we'll throw it back upstairs. Justin Robert, he fired the first shot, so now it's time to see what everybody else has got.
Oh, yeah, and, what a run by Logan Seavey. I mean, was that a dominating performance, or was that a dominating performance? And let me answer that for you, Robert. It was a dominating performance.
Most definitely. Once he found that high side around Ricky Sanders, he was just able to drive away from him as Sanders went to the bottom trying to find something there in the closing laps, but it was just sayonara as Logan Seavey did some great performance there. Excuse me. And Justin, what else we got going on here at the Chili Bowl?
Well, we got a few people checking in already. Justin Glass, hashtag tweet my seat. He's the guy behind at SWS Chassis, tweets his seat for the SimPro Racing Sim Chili Bowl Night 3 stream. He's got a picture of one of his models up there. You can catch that up on Twitter. And I'm going to throw a big shout out to Grandstand Video. They've checked in tonight on Twitter. You can follow along with the hashtag tweet your seat, hashtag useless sim chili bowl, and the hashtag flip count, which stays at 30 through just 2 heat races.
Don't say that too loudly, Justin. We haven't flipped anybody in the first 2, and that's usually not a good omen for the rest of the night.
No, it's not, but I tell you what, though, thanks to everybody that's tweeted in so far, and Brian Dunlap as well going to check in on Twitter. I just seen here Logan Seavey was up on the wheel, and boy was he. His heat race number 3 grid gets ready to roll on the screen.
Now we'll take a look right here at the starting lineup, and a couple of heavy hitters in this one. How about on the pole, though? Corey Teeple going to start from position number 1, and we'll wait for his partner on the outside of the front row, but you've got Petey Bryan in this heat race, Doug Gavette, and by the way, row 3 is really fun, kids. Ross Weiss on the inside, and the Bulldog, Justin, on the outside. Hello.
Yeah, hello for that one. 5th and 6th spots. Who's your pick for heat race number 3? My bet is going to be somebody in that 3rd row.
I'll take Ross Weiss. Not that we need to blow his head up anymore.
Robert, you going to take the opposite? I'm guessing I'm going to roll with the Bulldog. How about you?
Well, I have to take a look through the field, and I'm looking at position number 3. Petey Bryan. He is one of the smoothest late model drivers I have ever seen, and he is sim late model drivers I have ever seen, let's put it that way. And every time he gets into a car, whether it be a sprint car or a late model or even a midget, he is just amazingly smooth, and he looks like he could be my pick for heat race number 3 winner here. Jacob, what else we got going on here at the Chili Bowl?
Well, we've got a lot of people that help to make it possible for our broadcast here on Fast 4 Media, the 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by Loud Pedal TV, the official media provider for the United States Auto Club and the leader in dirt track video production across America. Welcome to the new chapter in weekly race coverage from coast to coast, and for more info on shows and other content, hit up www.loudpedal.tv. Tonight's broadcast, presented by Action Wraps. ActionWraps.com is your online source for motorsports and vehicle graphics, offering services from letterings to full wraps and more. To get all the details, go to www.actionwraps.com. By SimPro Racing, the leader in simulation dirt open wheel racing, offering sanctioned series under the POWRi and MOA Sprint Car Series banners. Using the R-Factor simulation, the casual fan in the stands can race against some of the drivers who do it for real on Saturday nights. For more information on how to get started, hit up www.simproracing.com for more details. And also shout-outs to Total Performance Racing, Dylan Schiebel Designs, and SWS Chassis, the leader in sprint car model kits, and as they offer the most realistic chassis and panels for model builders globally. To get more info on the products they offer, visit their website at www.southwestscalechassis.com or find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching SWS Chassis. Justin?
Going to take this opportunity to roll through the last few winners of the Simpro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals year 1 through year 5. All 5 winners have been a new winner every year, so we're going to see if we continue that trend this year in year 6. Joe Stornetas from Santa Rosa, California, won the inaugural Simpro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals, and Puyallup, Washington's TJ Hartman won the 2nd edition, and Norman, Oklahoma's Christopher Bell took home the Golden Driller in year number 3. Brody Kostecki from Western Australia, he took home the year number 4 trophy, and you just seen him win heat race number 2, Jacob. Logan Seavey from Sutter, California, he took home last year's Golden Driller.
And I'd have to say right now, maybe one of the favorites to take home this year's Golden Driller. Not hard to bet against him, especially after the performance he put in his heat race as we gear up for heat race number 3 now. Robert, 2 heat races, 2 that have played out very differently. One where the guys up front kind of ran away with it. The second one where Logan Seavey bulldozed his way forward from the back. Are we going to see more of that be able to come from the rear as the night goes on here, or do you still like track position?
I believe in racers that end up finding the line. They may have found the line during practice or something like that, but during racing conditions, it can be a lot different. So guys that get comfortable in the line, for example, like you mentioned, Logan Seavey, he ended up finding the line up top, and he just ran away with it. So whoever finds the line the quickest is definitely going to be the fastest here in heat number 3.
And we're gearing up now for that 3rd heat as drivers getting ready to hit the grid. And again, Corey Teeple going to start from that pole position. 7 drivers in this 3rd heat, 3 of 5 getting ready to go on the track, and 8 laps in distance. Kenny Humpy rolling from the back, Justin, the reigning NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series champion, trying something a little different. I know we're not used to seeing him in this kind of a platform, this kind of a format, but it's going to be fun to watch.
Going to see if he can best some of his other NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series counterparts who did okay but didn't really get up towards the top here in the Simpro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. Positions 5 through 7, all champions in their own right. Ross Weiss, the cameraman, he's done it time and time again, as Corey Teeple and Daniel Anderson has the field rolling through turns 3 and 4.
Teeple ready to drop the hammer. He's on the loud pedal, and a big stack up as I think it was Gavette. Doug Gavette did not go at all, nor did Kenny Humpy there on the start. Now everybody getting back up to speed, but it's Petey Bryan that gets away to lead lap number 1. That was a very dicey start, Justin. I almost thought they might call it back, and there it is.
There it is. I almost thought we had flip number 31. Kenny Humpy caught the berm and just lost the handle on that race car, and the admins decided they're going to call it back. So flip count at the moment still stands at 30, and going to see if we can roll them off side by side at the stripe without stacking it up.
I'll be honest, I was going to be a little disappointed, Robert, if they didn't call that initial start back there, because that was very dicey. It's not what these officials want to see out of a green flag period, and it's got to feel good for somebody like Doug Gavette, who went absolutely nowhere on that start.
Most definitely. Looking at the way that start went, it just looked like he had no idea that Corey Teeple was going to take off right there, Jacob. But looking like everything is going to be singled out here as we get ready for the race start.
Yeah, let's try this again, shall we? Corey Teeple, Daniel Anderson off turn 4. Now we go green again, and a lot of contact. One up on the berm in turn number 3. It's Teeple, I think, that gets a piece of the top side. And how about Weiss? Up from 5th to challenge for the race lead. We're 1 lap in.
As we're working just the lap number 2 already in heat race number 3, Ross Weiss on the high side, Petey Bryan down on the bottom. It's going to be Petey Bryan once again holding that inside line as Ross Weiss 4 wheels over the cushion as they work the back straightaway now.
Petey Bryan down there on the bottom, top side, Ross Weiss as they're side by side at the line that time. Petey Bryan still out with a lead as Kevin Swindell now makes his way up to 3rd.
How about the Bulldog? He is moving forward, and he is running laps as fast or faster than the 2 leaders. We still all over that cushion, trying to make it happen. Off turn number 2, he's trying to get the momentum on that top side. We're 3 laps from home this time.
Petey Bryan, Ross Weiss, Kevin Swindell, Kenny Humpy, your top 4 as Petey Bryan, Ross Weiss still trading that position number 1. Battle is Kevin Swindell. He's right there. He's with about 3 car lengths of Ross Weiss as those top 3 now single out.
2
How about
laps.
coming to the white flag, this time by for Petey Bryan, who's gotten away. Weiss, I don't know if he's got anything left for it as they go back to turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Kevin Swindell lurking there in third. It's going to be a nice run for him, but Petey Bryan off turn 4. The run by Weiss going to come up short, and Bryan grabs the win over Weiss. Swindell third, Corey Teeple, the pole sitter, back to 4th. Doug Gavette, Daniel Anderson, and Kenny Humpy crashes out on lap number 5. As that's the look at your 7-car heat number 3. Petey Bryan, your winner, Justin, and Ross gave him everything he could handle. I'll say that much.
Yeah, Ross was sitting there trying to ride around him on the high side. Petey Bryan, you did it very well in heat race number 3. You put it right into victory lane. You moved up a few points. You got yourself some pretty good passing points out of that. Tell us about just how hard it was to hold off the cameraman.
I just trying to be consistent on the bottom. I didn't much ever pay no attention to him. It's pretty fun.
Petey Bryan, Robert Simons here. As you know, or as I've been saying all night, that you've been coming from the late model world over here to race the SimPro Chili Bowl Nationals, and you did it in a great fashion. What does it take for you to be a little bit more consistent here with these, with the Power Eyes versus the late models?
No, these things are so sensitive to the gas, to steering, everything. I mean, they're way different than the late models. I mean, if it wasn't for Cody Trimble, I probably wouldn't be nowhere near what I am now.
Most definitely, and you did a great job out here winning heat race number 3. Who got you here to victory lane?
I think Speed Shift TV, all the guys over at HFM. Got to thank Clyde and Brett for the internet, and Logitech G27 for putting this thing in the winner circle.
Most definitely. Petey Bryan, winner of heat race number 3. Jacob, as we're looking for a great heat race here in number 4 as well, we're getting ready to stage for that one. Track taking shape as looks to be another fast evening here at the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, it's been a fast evening so far. We are almost set to go, and let's take a look at the starting grid for heat race number 4 here on Fast 4 Media. On the pole, going to be Danny Felker Jr. and Dakota Kuhn. Outside, Austin Carr inside row number 2, and Stephen Garris, Justin, going to be starting 4th.
Eric Wilkie will roll off 5th. Luke Repsick will start 6th. Austin Yarbrough 7th, and it looks like Josh Sun will be starting off shotgun in the 8th spot.
Yarbrough is a name that we're familiar with as well, Justin, from the iRacing pavement ranks, and very much fun to see him over here, though. He's a go-kart racer in the Carolinas near where I'm from in real life, so he knows how to sling it around, and he's not afraid to stick his nose in there to make up a position. He'll be fun to watch.
Watch out for the top 3. Felker Jr., no stranger to victory lane in the Power Eye Midgets as the field works through turn 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag. Going to get it this time by. Felker going to get the jump, but a little bit of a big stack up there as everybody gets single file for the most part. But Dakota Kuhn trying to work the high side around Felker as they complete lap 1.
How about Kuhn trying to make it work? It was very tight, 5/100ths of a second at the start-finish line, and now Kuhn trying to make the run on the outside of the racetrack. Trouble for Luke Repsick early. He pulls it to the infield. He's going to be done here after just 2 laps and takes it back to the pit area. Kuhn, though, working that high lane, now falling back and into a battle for second. Austin Carr to the bottom of the racetrack, making a 3-car race with Stephen Garris.
Austin Carr there on the bottom, working the bottom side of the speedway. He takes second now away from Garris as Kuhn falls back to 4th here on lap number 4.
Halfway home, and now Austin Yarbrough really starting to fall back. He's 3 seconds off these leaders, and Austin Carr now trying to see what he can do to close in on Felker. Justin, we're 3 laps from home, and that gap continues to grow.
Field single file. Felker Jr. just running away with this thing, but Austin Carr trying to work the inside berm as Felker just runs a little bit more off of the bottom, running the middle portion of the racetrack as it stands. But the gap now is 0.6 of a second and growing as we're coming around this time by. White flag this time for Felker.
bail out. Final time around here at the Tulsa Expo Center, the virtual version that is. Danny Felker off turn 2 for the final time. It's going to be enough as he works through 3 and 4. Danny Felker Jr. going to victory lane in heat race number 4. Austin Carr second, Stephen Garris third, Dakota Kuhn, Eric Wilkie the top 5, Austin Yarborough, Josh Sun, Luke Repsick, the rest of your field in heat race number 4, but it's Denny Felker Jr. getting it done in heat 4.
Good job to Denny Felker. Started from the pole, wired the heat race. 8 laps already in the books for heat race number 4. A little bit of a note to catch up on, though. This number 71 entry of Christopher Bell, Norman, Oklahoma, 3rd annual champion of this race. And I got to say, he did not make the call for heat race number 3. 0 points for him, and he's got a long way to go and a short time to get there once we reach the qualifiers.
It's going to be fun to watch, though. Isn't that Chris's style, Justin? He tends to, if nothing else, put on a whale of a show anytime he hits the racetrack.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But a few drivers I'm already seeing already. Cody Halter, Herb Engelhart right here in heat race number 5. And these guys, no strangers to winning in whether it's sprint cars or in the Power I Midgets. A few other names I'm not quite familiar with, but we're getting them ready to roll here. 7 cars on the grid, and I do believe it's going to be another 8-lap session. Going to wait on just one more driver to enter the server.
Rusty Kruger going to be on the pole for this 5th and final heat race. Bentley James going to start in the 2nd position, and as we said, waiting on one driver as Herb Engelhart looks like he's going to be in position number 3. Michael Coker going to start 4th tonight. Justin Gilmore from the 5th position, and check that. Engelhart going to start 6th. Cody Halter going to start 7th, so it's going to be Chris Stockham, I think, Justin, that starts 3rd here tonight on the grid and gets us set now for heat race number 5.
I am also hearing the car did not fire no matter what for Christopher Bell, so still 0 points for him. Tough luck for him. He's going to have to get it gathered back up, Jacob, and, you know, he's got a long way to go in the qualifier. We've got somewhere near 13, 14 drivers in each qualifier, and that's a lot of passing points to gain, so he could potentially lock himself towards the tail of the A feature going into tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to watch how it shakes out as we get set heat race number 5 here, the 5th and last of these heats before we get into the qualifiers, and it looks like Tate Poole going to be the one driver we were missing for this heat race as he gets set to make it happen. So Tate Poole now on the grid, and we're going to get ready to rock, for heat number 5 and go 8 more laps.
Take it, Robert.
Most definitely, Jacob, as we're looking through the stout field, I have to look through. Tate Poole is a name that comes to familiarity with me. He is one fast racer out there. Michael Coker, he is a late model driver. Once again, I emphasize late model, so it'll be interesting to see how he does out there. Justin Gilmore, I've seen him wheel around the track. Herb Engelhart, and also, not to mention the front row out there. So we're rolling off as we get ready for heat race number 4 as we're waiting for the pace car to pull in the infield here. And we're 2 by 2, 3 rows deep three rows deep, and we are getting ready. Green flag is out here in heat race number 4.
How about Kruger away, and Tate will try to make the early move up to that number 2 position. Rusty Kruger rolls away and then gets sideways way up the racetrack. Going to lose a couple of positions as I think there was a little bit of contact there coming into turns 3 and 4 last time by Justin. He gets it gathered up and keeps on going, though.
Tate Poole trying to work to the inside of Rusty Kruger. Is Tate Poole right there on the berm, going to try to put a slide job on Rusty Kruger. Not quite, but going to get it done. Rolls the inside as he's going to put himself into the 2nd spot. Engelhart with a wheel into Kruger for 3rd.
Most definitely. 3 wide for position number 3 now as Justin Gilmore slides in there. Gets a tire on Engelhart. Oh my gosh. There goes Engelhart side by side, spinning out along with Justin Gilmore. They'll fall back to 7th, 6th, and 7th. Yellow flag is out here in heat race number 4.
Yeah, we were halfway home right there in that incident, going to draw the first caution flag in any of our heat racing action here, Justin. So, it took us 4 heats that we were clean, and the 5th one we finally draw that yellow rag for the first time tonight.
And we're also going to add to that flip count here tonight, 31 after Bentley James flipped here in heat race number 5, the first flip of night number 3. Everybody going to be single file on the restart. Going to be 3 laps to go once we take the green flag. And Michael Coker still out front with Tate Poole and Rusty Kruger in the top 3.
That's one guy that did not want to see the yellow come out. Michael Coker leading this one as he was up front and he was pulling away a little bit, but Tate Poole was keeping even pace with him, actually. So I was surprised to see the yellow come out, but we'll just gather back up here as we're going to get ready to go green here next time out of turn 4. And like we said, Michael Coker leading this one, Tate Poole second for the restart, Rusty in third. Fourth is Halter. Fifth is Chris. Justin Gilmore is in sixth. Seventh, Englehart, as we're getting ready to go green here.
Ready to roll once again. Michael Coker leading the field, back single file. Green flag flies. We're underway once again, and we're going to have just 3 laps remaining in this heat race. Cody Halter up to the number 2 position for a moment. Rusty Kruger and Justin Gilmore in trouble off turn 2.
Rusty Kruger going to get a big piece of that damage. The left rear on that car looks like it's squatted down right there as the lead change. Possibly Cody Halter not going to quite get the lead, but Chris Stockton not going to quite get the caution flag as he's going to sit for the rest of the heat race number 5.
Yeah, Stockham was involved in that with Gilmore and Kruger, the incident that I was seeing break loose off of turn number 2, Justin, and that's going to be, we were clean through 4 heat races and now 2 caution flags in the last 45 seconds. So we slow the pace just a little bit and drag it out. I think it's going to be about 2 laps to go by the time we get back green to finish this one.
Most definitely. Looking back through the field, Michael Coker did not have the greatest restart as everybody got stacked up there entering turn 1, but hopefully this restart's a little bit better as we're going to get ready to go green here next time out of turn 4. And your restart, Michael Coker's on the pole. Second is Halter. Third is Tate Poole. Englehart in 4th. Gilmore in 5th. Kruger in 6th. And like we said, Stockham and James off the track.
Ready to roll. Can Coker hold on to it for 2 more laps? Green rag back in the air. We're underway again. 2 laps to settle it. As Michael Coker gets away from Cody Halter, they work off turn number 2. Tate Poole's there in the battle for second. Wheel to wheel. White flag this time.
White flag in the air from Michael Coker. He's got Cody Halter trying to work to the outside. Tate Poole in third, trying to challenge through 3 and 4 for the final time. Wrapping up heat race number 5. Michael Coker going to go to victory lane. Cody Halter going to come home second. Tate Poole in third.
Herb Englehart is 4th. Justin Gilmore 5th. Rusty Kruger 6th. Chris Stockham 7th. And Bentley James on the shotgun. Both Stockham and James were out of the heat race before the checkered flag. But Michael Coker gets it done in heat race number 5. And we're going to cue him up here on the trackside communications momentarily in a drive that took a couple of cautions, Mike, to get through, but you made it happen and pick up the victory in heat race number 5. Got to be a confidence booster going into the mains tonight.
Yeah, I feel bad for Tate because of my terrible restart, but I figured it'd be between me and him in that heat. I ran pretty well. I don't know if I got enough to be in the top 4 for the main tonight, but we'll see what we got.
I know you're excited about it. Qualifiers are up next. You've at least put yourself in a decent position with passing points. How important is track position going to be here for the rest of the night, knowing that, you had to work for it, and you've got to work for it if you're coming up through the field?
Yeah, last year I was a high point getter in heat race and then stepped on it in qualifiers, so qualifying is very important. I need to stay focused for the qualifiers and hope I can at least pass a couple cars to get it in A main.
I know you can't do it by yourself. Any sponsors you need to thank or shout-outs you need to give before we cut you loose?
I want to shout to my fiance for not killing me for playing this game, and my friend Mike Honerkamp and Guy Fortier. He just had a heart attack. Not sure if he's watching, but hope he gets better and gets back to playing.
Michael Coker, the winner for heat race number 5. We're going to bring it back upstairs. Justin Rosenau, heats in the books. Qualifiers up next, 10 laps apiece. And It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, as much as 14 drivers in each of the 3 qualifiers for 10 laps on a little bit wider track. This is where we're going to see a lot of them guys go from the back to the front or from the front to the back. It's anybody's guess what's going to happen. But as it stands, 32 flips through 3 nights, and or so far anyway, and just 2 in heat race number 5.
We're going to do some business here and step away for just a few minutes from coverage of tonight's 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals on Fast 4 Media, but there's more action ahead. Stay with us. You're watching the Chili Bowl Sim Nationals, powered by Loud Pedal TV and Fast 4 Media.
Never make me stare, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you just let me be? I've been at times before, but I was too blind to see that you seduce every man. This time you won't seduce me. She's saying that's okay. Hey baby, do what you please. I have the stuff that you want. I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes, touching me so to start. She says there's no turning back. She trapped me in her heart. In the band, she knows when they come to town. Every musician's fan after the curtain goes down. She waits at backstage doors for those who have prestige, who promise fortune and fame, a life that's so carefree. She says that's alright, and baby, do what you want. I'll be your night-loving thing. I'll be the freak you can taunt, and I don't care what you say. I wanna go too far. I'll be your everything if you make me a star. Dirty Diana, no. Dirty Diana, no. Dirty Diana, no. Dirty Diana, let me be, let me said I have to go home, cause I'm real tired, you see. But I hate sleeping alone, why don't you come with me? I said my baby's at home, she's probably worried tonight. I didn't call on the phone to see that I'm alright. Diana walked up to me, she said I'm all yours tonight. And then I ran to the phone, saying baby I'm alright. I said but unlock the door, I forgot the key. She said he's not coming back because he's sleeping with me. Dirty Diana, no. Dirty Diana, no. Dirty Diana, no. Dirty Diana. something. I wish I knew what it was like to care enough to carry on. I wish I knew what it was like to find a place where I belong. But I am a machine, I never sleep.
We're back here live here at the Chili Bowl Nationals, and we're getting ready for qualifier number 1 as we got 14 cars stacked up here. Justin?
Herb Englehart on the pole. Kyle Spence is outside. Third to Ricky Sanders. Fourth to the cameraman Ross Weiss. Tyler Edwards. Fifth, Cody Halter. Sixth, Dalton England. Seventh, Corey Teeple. Eighth, Doug Gavette. Ninth, Kenny Humpy. 10th, 11th to Jay Brown. 12, Rusty Kruger. And Luke Repsick to 13 cars.
And it looks like 14th on the grid going to be Bentley James to give it a full field qualifier number 1, Justin, as we get ready to work into turns 3 and 4. Qualifier number 1, 10 laps in distance. Englehart ready to lead him to the green flag. We're rolling here in qualifier 1. 3 wide back of the pack. A lot of contact early. Few guys getting shuffled out. Rusty Kruger right in the middle of the hornet's nest early.
Kyle Spence, Herb Englehart battling for that lead. Kyle Spence trying to go around the outside. High, wide, and handsome. Englehart on the berm, and don't count out Ross Weiss. He's right there trying to put a slide job on Kyle Spence as they work through 3 and 4.
Yeah, this is getting dicey already, kids. And Spence right now scored the leader by just a couple of inches. Englehart, though, gets back in front. Spence attacking that outside lane once again. And don't count out Weiss. They're door to door and wheel to wheel now, Justin, for the top spot as they work off turn 2 again. I'm telling you, the outside lane's going to get the advantage eventually. Spence had it. He just gave it back up off 4.
Most definitely side by side there once again for the lead. Weiss, in the waiting wings back there in third as they are just side by side for the lead. Weiss has got to do something to get up there if he wants a top spot.
Slide job, Dalton England around Doug Gavette, trying to work the outside around Ricky Sanders for the 4 spot as well. England trying to hold off Doug Gavette. It's good. Gavette tries to put a slide job on him, puts him in the wall on the front straightaway. Gavette with a hard slider.
Yikes, and that's where it gets dicey. These qualifiers are where it gets interesting, but he manages to hold off England even despite that as the battle for the lead still raging on with 3 laps to go between Englehart and Spence. Neither one of them wanted to give up an inch, and Spence up and over, tack one onto the flip count in 4.
Jay Brown got in the outside fence, and Kyle Spence flipped his Herb Englehart all by his lonesome, but Ross Weiss, Ricky Sanders, and Doug Gavette, all 3 of them battling. Throw a blanket over him for a second as next time by, checker flag out of 4. Looks like it's going to be Herb Englehart. He's going to take the checker flag here in qualifier number 1. Ricky Sanders going to come home 2nd. Doug Gavette 3rd. Ross Weiss 4th. Dalton England going to come home 5th.
Tyler Edwards 6th, Cody Halter 7th, Rusty Kruger, Bentley James, Kenny Humpy the top 10 with Corey Teeple 11th, Kyle Spence 12th, Jay Brown 13th, and Luke Repsick 14th in this one. A very dicey opening qualifier, but it is Herb Englehart that picks up the win in qualifier number 1, Justin. And I'm telling you, I was waiting for it, and the battle, Herb, between you and Kyle Spence was so good for so long, and it had to be a relief for you to see him fall back. Maybe not so much to get up and over, but it still gives you the win nonetheless.
Thanks. I wasn't sure what happened to him. I was afraid maybe he got tangled up with that car up on the high side there, but I wasn't sure.
Talk about your race, because for about 7 or 8 of those 10 laps, you had to hold the bottom and hope that Kyle didn't have enough room to clear you on that top side. He almost did a couple of times. How tough was it just holding your line and running your race knowing that you had enough steam?
Yeah, I've run with Kyle a lot, so I was pretty comfortable with him starting out there. I knew he'd hold his line and I'd hold mine, and we'd have a good race, and it was for several laps. So yeah, I like running the bottom. The guys that race with me and over the years and know me, they know I spend a lot of time on the bottom, so it's most of what I do.
Any sponsors that you need to thank or shout-outs you need to give?
Oh yeah, I got to thank Garrett at CSI Shocks and CNR Racing for the great radiators. and that's about it.
He gets it done in qualifier number 1. Herb Engelhart, the winner after 10 laps around the virtual Tulsa Expo Center. And Justin, ready to gear up now for qualifier number 2.
Before we jump into qualifier number 2, going to take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors. Again, Action Wraps, one of the sponsors for the 6th annual Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. Action Wraps is your online source for motorsports and vehicle graphics. They offer services from lettering to full wraps and more. To get all the details on what they can do for you, go to www.actionwraps.com. I'm going to take this opportunity as well to recognize the provider of this event, SimPro Racing. SimPro Racing, the leader in simulation dirt open wheel racing, offering sanctioned series underneath the Power Eye and SMOA Sprint Car Series banners. They use the R-Factor simulation so that the casual fan in the stands can race against some of the drivers who do it for real on Saturday night. For more information on how you can get started today, go to www.simproracing.com for more details.
Got to thank some of the best guys out there, including Fast Four Media. Fast Four Media is your #1 source for online video of outlaw kart racing, micro sprints, and 360 sprint car racing on the West Coast. So don't forget to check them out. Also, Loud Pedal TV. Loud Pedal Productions is the official media provider for the United States Auto Club, as well as the leader in dirt track video production across America. Welcome to the new chapter in weekly race coverage from coast to coast. For more information on shows and other content, please go to loudpedalmedia.tv. Or sorry, loudpedal.tv, excuse me.
As we get ready to roll off qualifier number 2 in just a few moments, Robert, a couple of names I'm already seeing entering the server. The Bulldog, Kevin Swindell, looks like he's going to be in qualifier number 2. Tate Poole, Austin Carr, among several of the stout entries here in this qualifier.
Most definitely. With looking back through the field, it looks like a great number of drivers out here, including Tate Poole starting on the pole here, actually, and Darren Mellett starting second. Austin Carr right there in third. Fourth is the Bulldog, Kevin Swindell. Starting fifth is Clayton Tilley. Sixth is Logan Seavey. Dakota Kuhn, starting seventh. Eighth is Eric Wilk. Ninth is Austin Yarborough. 10th is Josh Sun. 11th, Brad Thompson. 12th, Carson Stout. And starting 13th on the board is Jared Burpa. And we got 10 laps to go in this, or 10 laps in this one here, Jacob. And who do you have for this qualifier here this evening?
I'll take Logan Seavey with the way he was in his heat race. I don't think there's any doubt he's one of the best in the business here, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he can do. It's exactly where he started in his heat race, and he's got 2 more laps to get it done. So keep an eye on Logan Seavey as we get set to go racing for 10 more laps. Green flag in the air. We're underway here at the Chili Bowl again. Qualifier number 2 and a big stack up. Seavey had nowhere to go on the outside lane, falls way back.
Clayton Tilley trying to work the high side around Austin Yarborough, and Austin Carr going to try to work to the inside of your leader, Tate Poole, who's jumped already out to the lead. Top 4 single file as we're coming around this time by to complete lap number 2, Robert. Trouble for Logan Seavey, gets into the backstretch wall and loses the handle on it. Going to slide back to 7th. The Bulldog, Kevin Swindell, he's going to try to ride the bottom. Now goes up to the high side of Seavey. Tries to put a slide job on Eric Wilkie and feeds him a right rear. Wilkie to the bottom, Seavey all the way up top.
Seavey all the way to the top of the speedway. And like we said, very fast racetrack, very wide racetrack here. As now Carson Stout is in off the pace there. Now he has left the speedway, and just a fabulous race here in qualifier number 2.
Tate Poole is still running away with this thing, about a half-second lead over Austin Carr. Clayton Tilley some 2 seconds back. He's trying to hold off Austin Yarbrough. Yarbrough with an attempted slider, not going to get all the way up, and that's going to allow Darren Mellett to claw his way up into fourth. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air for Austin Carr. Or excuse me, Tate Poole.
Tate Poole with 2 laps to go enters 3 and 4 like he did the previous 8 laps as we got white flag here on the speedway.
1 lap to go for Tate Poole's got to hold off Austin Carr, who's within about a half second of him through 3 and 4 for the final time. Checker flag in the air. Qualifier number 2 going to go to Tate Poole. Austin Carr going to come home second. Clayton Tilley third. Austin Yarbrough fourth. Logan Seavey going to round out your top 5. Darren Mellett, Eric Wilkie, Kevin Swindell, Dakota Kuhn, Jared Burba, your top 10. Brad Thompson, Josh Sun, and Carson Stout, your top 13 here. And that's going to recap qualifier number 2. Tate Poole, who dominated that one from the drop of the green flag. Tate, that was a dominant performance you've seen. Can you put on a similar show into tonight's A main?
Yeah, thank you. It's always easier when you're off the front if you're on behind you.
You had a little bit of a challenge from Austin Carr there. He tried to put a slider on you earlier on, and it just seemed like you just ran away. Was it all set up, or were you just comfortable with the qualifier track?
Yeah, I'm really comfortable on the track, despite all the laps that's been turned on it, there's still a lot of moisture there, and, if you can just sit it on the pole and be consistent, there's really not much anybody can do unless they can get up by the wall.
Sponsor shout-outs. You can't do it by yourself, Tate. Who's responsible for getting you in victory lane here in qualifier 2?
Yeah, I got to thank Rival Sim Sports, my team. Unfortunately, my teammate Hayden couldn't run, but I'm here. And just a quick shout out to Brett Wheeler if you're watching. Unfortunate circumstances that he can't be in the booth with you guys tonight, but hope he's enjoying regardless if he's watching.
And that's your qualifier number 2 winner, Tate Poole. Tate, congratulations. Hope to see you in victory lane here tonight. And Robert Simons, I have just got a piece of news, and I am completely baffled about it. Why don't you let the world know what happened here just a moment ago?
Doug Gavette and Dylan Paddock both tried doing what Shane Cockrum did with the Alex Shanks dance. These two will no longer be allowed to run the rest of the week as they both were running under each other's names here this evening. Not very good and not a very smart move, especially under SPR's radar.
Those two going to be done for the week as we get ready to roll. Qualifier number 3 drivers making their way into the server. Going to take this opportunity to roll through our Twitter hashtags. You can tweet at us tonight here for hashtag tweetyourseat. Follow along with the hashtag flip count and also use the hashtag uselesssimchilibowl. You can also tweet at us at SimPro Racing. You can also tweet at Fast4 Media. You can also tweet my personal Twitter at JRoseNow91. Also use at Jacob Sealman77 or at RaceChaser News, at RS Photography 20, and at Jeff Burba 37. Tweet at any combination of those 6 Twitter handles, and we'll try to mention your tweet on the air. And how about a shout out to one of our event sponsors, Robert? Dylan Schiebel tweeted at us on Twitter when at Ross Weiss, the cameraman, can't keep her off the wall in the backstretch. Hashtag uselesssimchilibowl, and none other than the great Keith Coons with his hands up in the air on the back straightaway just a year ago from the real Chili Bowl Nationals.
Most definitely. It's such a great way to interact with all the fans here at the Chili Bowl. They're watching the Sim Racing Chili Bowl here. And just like we said, another great way to connect. But we are getting ready for qualifier number 3 here. 10 laps. Lane Goodman starting on the pole. Second is Steve Garris. Third is J.D. Laird. Denny Felker starting 4th. 5th is Petey Bryan. 6th, Michael Coker. 7th, Corey Bigsby Wenzel in the 888 machine. He'll start 7th. 8th is Justin Gilmore. 9th is Chris Stringfellow. 10 is Chris Stockham. 11th is Daniel Anderson. 12th, Christopher Bell. He has made the card work, and he is starting 12th in this one. 13th is Joel Hoffmaster.
All right, boys, now we're going to see what this track's really capable of because the Vic Bell is on track and ready to try and come from the back to the front. But it's Goodman and Garris on the front row as we get ready to rock for qualifier Another one in the books. Green flag flies. The third and final qualifiers underway. Lane Goodman on the hammer, and let's rock and roll.
Stephen Garrett's going to try to feed the wheel to a slide job. Not going to make it stick. Lane Goodman with the lead this time by out of 2 as Denny Felker Jr. going to try to roll the inside.
Denny Felker right there on the bottom as everybody else seems to be on the top. And for the top 4 competitors here, Lane Goodman, once again, still your leader in this one.
As Felker Jr. tries to put the slide job on Stephen Garris, he's going to make it stick, but Lane Goodman still your leader as we're coming around this time by to put lap number 4 in the books here in qualifier number 3.
Yeah, closing in on halfway already. Goodman and Felker have really kind of broken away a little bit. It's a 4-man race for the lead with Stephen Garris and Petey Bryan in this mix as well. Then it's over a second. Back to the rest of the field. Goodman trying to hold that lead, and now Danny Felker trying to make it happen halfway home.
Chris Bell from Nang near dead last. He's trying to put a slide job on J.D. Laird for 6. Christopher Bell trying to gain much-needed passing points here as one car flipping once again. It's Stephen Garris up and over in turns 3 and 4.
That was Lane Goodman there flipping in 3 and 4 as well. And we are still green out here on the track. Denny Felker still leading here as Steve Garris now really slips up, allows Michael Coker to get by for 3rd. Great racing here in qualifier number 2.
Justin, I believe what Lane Goodman just experienced is what you would call going from the penthouse to the outhouse in about a quarter of a mile.
Yes, he did. White flag in there this time by for Denny Felker Jr. He's got no challenge from Petey Bryan, who's trying to hold off a furious battle from Michael Coker. He's trying to be right there. Christopher Bell up to 5th, but alas, not going to happen. Checker flag in the air this time by Denny Felker Jr. Going to win the heat race and his qualifier. He's going to lock himself into the A main tonight.
Yeah, how about that? Petey Bryan, Michael Coker, Christopher Bell from 12th to 4th, and Stephen Garris, the top 5. J.D. Laird, 6th. Justin Gilmore in 7th. Corey Wenzel, Joel Hoffmaster, Daniel Anderson, 10th. Chris Stringfellow, Lane Goodman, the early leader, and Chris Stockham, the rest of your field in 13 cars for the 3rd and final qualifier. And I believe that makes Felker the only driver to have swept his heat race and a qualifier tonight.
You are correct. Nobody has won their heat and qualifier all championship season long here for the 6th annual Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. And I believe, Jacob, you have caught up with Denny Felker Jr.
Yeah, I feel like we just did this a few minutes ago, Denny, but you get it done. Won the heat, won the qualifier, and that should put you in outstanding position for the A main tonight. Walk us through that one real quick, because it was wild. You were up there, and Lane was up there, and then Lane goes flipping, and you're able to run away and win it.
All right, Jacob, sorry we can't get you down there. We must be radio communication problems. Technical difficulties. We'll get that fixed. Justin, as we get ready, is great racing, as we just saw there in qualifier number 2, and looks to be great for the rest of the evening here at the Chili Bowl.
I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch. Robert, Justin, we are going to step away now with 3 qualifiers in the books and get ready for Alphabet Soup now. Here coming up in just a few minutes, but right now you're watching the 6th annual Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals here on Fast 4 Media and powered by Loud Pedal TV. Stay with us. The action continues when we come back.
I was there on the day Truth died. Blood on my hands, throw 'em up in the sky. I was a #1 sinner, no less. My life was a lie and my wish was a death. I fell in love with the ways of the world. Money, the fame, the booze, the girls. But I couldn't stay faithful if I tried. I turned into a devil, you can see it in my eyes. I blacked out, told you everything I ever did. I couldn't take all the lies I was living with. I broke your heart, woke up the next day. My bag's outside, yelling, get the hell away. You're not a husband, not a father, just a pig. And you can never change all the things that you did. That's when I knew it wouldn't last. You'll never get away when you're running from the past. Into outer space, I'll float away, but you're my crown. When you try to numb the pain with 1,000 pills, you tore me down, wish that I was dead. Said you wanna sleep alone in another bed, but when I push away, you only pull me closer. It's only over when we both wanna say it's over. I gotta change, this is not who I am. I wanna start over, wanna try this again. You're everything I need, everything I'm not. So pull the trigger, give me one more shot. Into outer space, I'll float away, but you're my gravity. Die to love another day. We rise again and lose our gravity. You love me, you hate me, you kiss me, you break me, you lifted me up just to watch you support me. You promised me, look me straight in the eyes. No matter what you say, I don't know truth from the lies. You up like I always do. I forgave you for your sins and I carried you through. No matter how we fall, we always knew you would bleed for me and I would bleed for you. Fly into outer space, I'll float away, but you're my gravity. Die to love another day. Our gravity. Fly into outer space, I'll float away, but you're my gravity. Die to love another day. We rise again and lose our gravity. Fly into outer space. Your magic white rabbit has left its writing on the wall. We follow like Alice and just keep diving down the You can't fix your broken promise. Our ties have come undone. I will not be used to be battered and abused. It's the reason why I choose to cut my losses. Your lies fool away.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 6th Annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. B-Main 1 already on the track, getting ready to roll off here. Stephen Garris on the pole at B-Main number 1. Darren Mellett, Justin Gilmore, Rusty Kruger, Dakota Kuhn, your top 5. Joel Hoffmaster, Daniel Anderson, Kenny Humpy, Chris Stringfellow, Lane Goodman, your top 10 in B-Main number 1. And Chris Cockrum, Carson Stout, and Bulldog Kevin Swindell. Stockham, 12 cars, so Kevin Swindell not part of B-Main number 1. So 12 cars, 15 laps on the board, Jacob, as we get ready to roll up and try to send 4 to the A-Main.
Yeah, and if you're Chris Stockham or Carson Stout, you want to go quickly, but the guys up front, Garris, Mellett, Gilmore, Kruger, they're in good position. They just need to stay there. Stephen Garris leads the field off of turns 3 and 4. Let's rock and roll for B-Main number 1, shall we? Green flag in the air, we're rocking.
Stephen Garris going to jump out to the early lead. Darren Mellett caught a little bit sleeping as Justin Gilmore tries to get around him as Garris and Gilmore on the high side. Mellett tries to roll the bottom. He's to the inside, wheel to wheel with Justin Gilmore for second spot now out of 2.
2 by 2 for couple rows deep there, a few rows deep as Justin Gilmore goes from the top to the bottom as he gets passed for position number 2. 3 wide coming out of turn 2 for the top spot.
It's getting dicey. Garris, Gilmore, Mellett, all right there under a blanket now, as now the battle is on for second. Garris has gotten away by about 8 car lengths. Gilmore, Kruger, Mellett, Kuhn, all 4 cars under a blanket. They're 3 wide for third.
Slide job by Dakota Kuhn, trying to make it stick, not going to make it happen as there's big contact. Darren Mellett now up to third, trying to work to the inside of Justin Gilmore as those two have broke away from the pack.
Most definitely slide job city here in B-Main number 1 as Garris just pulls away with it, but they're side by side for second. Mellett there at Gilmore, they're side by side as Humphrey. They're running in fourth as he's trying to block Rusty Kruger from advancing any more spots out there on the track, Justin.
2015, NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series champion Kenny Humpy. He's into the 4th and final transfer spot, trying to hold off Rusty Kruger as Kruger trying to roll around to his outside. Humpy on the bottom. Kruger up top is through 3 and 4. Lap number 8 going into the books. Just 7 laps to go here in B-Main number 1.
Yeah, we're halfway through, and Kenny Humpy doing a brilliant job to hold that 4th and final transfer spot right now by about half a second over Rusty Kruger and the rest of the pack, as Humpy now gonna get nearly, and he does make contact with Justin Gilmore for that 3rd spot as they work into the corner. Humpy wants a piece of 3rd, can't get it done off 4.
Gilmore going to slide up from the bottom to the top. Humpy tries to work to his inside, tries to slide to his inside. Kenny Humpy tries to roll the bottom. He sticks right there. He's up to 3rd as they make contact now on the front straightaway.
Oh, and Gilmore got a piece of the cushion and got up into the wall off turn number 2. Holds on to it, but now he's going to have to deal with Rusty Kruger, Robert, for that final transfer spot. 3 to go.
3 laps to go. Rusty Kruger and Justin Gilmore, they're running 4th and 5th as Kruger just trying to wheel that thing up to a final transfer position. And now back up front, Steve Garris up there, still leading the pack as we got white flag on the speedway.
White flag flies and Stephen Garris is in no man's land by himself. He's going to easily come through turns 3 and 4 to win B-Main number 1. The battle is for the transfers, and it's going to be Darren Mellett getting the 2nd spot. Kenny Humpy, the Peak Antifreeze champ, is in 3rd. Justin Gilmore gets that final transfer in 4th. Rusty Kruger, the first man out, in 5th. Daniel Anderson, Joel Hoffmaster, Chris Stockham, Carson Stout, Dakota Kuhn, Chris Stringfellow, Lane Goodman, your 12 cars in the field. How about the run, Justin, by Kenny Humpy, a name that you and I are extremely familiar with? He gets it done as Garris gets the win.
Indeed, great job by him, but all focus right now on Stephen Garris. Stephen, that was a dominating performance you put on there in B-Main number 1. Do you have what it takes to go from 17th to 4th here in the A-Main?
What were you doing at 12? I just try to get out on top, and I don't know, I struggle on the bottom, so hopefully everybody in the main tries to go down there, and I can try around the top. I don't know, I guess we'll just have to see. Hopefully stay out of trouble. Probably going to be a couple pile-ups, I'm sure. So we'll just have to try to keep it clean.
And I know it's a long strategy. You got a long road to hoe for you, up in the A main, and you felt a lot of pressure there from a few drivers there. Was it easy to hold them off? Was it all set up, or did you really just power your way around this 1/4 mile racetrack to lock yourself into the A feature?
It was pretty nerve-wracking. I could hear the guy a couple times a second right on me. The lappers kind of got me real nervous. I seen the one guy start messing up on top right in front of me, and once you commit, it's kind of hard to try to get back to the bottom. So I just try to get close without hitting them, and then throw a little slider, try to clear them, and just keep chugging along.
Sponsor shout-outs. You can't do it by yourself, Steven. Who's responsible for getting you into victory lane in B main number 1 and on into the A main?
I'd like to thank Max Adams, the crew chief, Caleb Montgomery for helping out with the setup, KMR, Carly Montgomery Realty for getting me out here for my entry fees, and that's about it.
That's your B main number 1 winner, Steven Garris. Steven, congratulations. We'll let you get to it here in just a few moments.
All right, thank you.
And as we get ready to roll off B main number 2 in just a few moments, the Bulldog Kevin Swindell looks like he's going to be in this one. Big C, Corey Wenzel, just another name that I see. JD Laird, we're used to seeing him in iRacing there, Jacob, but he's got a long road to hoe as he's here in B main number 2.
Well, you know what? We've already seen some names to be successful out of B main number 1, and if JD can do what Kenny Humpy did a few minutes ago, he might just be okay. That's going to be the key. Easier said than done, I know, but I'm watching Kevin Swindell in this B main. I think he's going to have a very, very interesting run here, and you hope that he gets into one of those 4 transfer spots and onto the main. He's just been fun to watch all night.
Oh yeah. And Robert, I know you got to have your pick here. Who's going to be your pick to transfer into the A main tonight out of B main 2?
It's going to be tough to say, but to transfer in, I'm not sure about winning. I'd have to give a call to Brad Thompson, and he's just one of the like you said, the veteran late model drivers, and even above him, Corey Wenzel in the 2-seater in that 888 Power I midget machine out there in the 2-seater. Like I said, it's going to be a great race here in B main number 2, and it'd be interesting to see who moves on.
You're watching the 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals on Fast 4 Media, your source for online video of outlaw kart racing, micro sprints, and 360 sprint car racing on the West Coast, as well as the exclusive media provider for the Chili Bowl Sim Nationals, and the broadcast powered by Loud Pedal TV, the official media provider for the United States Auto Club and the leader in dirt track video production across America. Loud Pedal welcomes you to the new chapter in weekly race coverage from coast to coast. For more info on shows and other content, go to www.loudpedal.tv. This broadcast also presented by ActionWraps.com, your online source for motorsport and vehicle graphics, offering services from lettering to full wraps and more. To get all the details, go to www.actionwraps.com. By SimPro Racing, tonight's sanctioning body, presenting entity, and the leader in simulation dirt open wheel racing, offering sanctioned series under the Power Eye and MOA Sprint Car Series banners. Using the R-Factor simulation, the casual fan in the stands can race against some of the drivers who do it for real on Saturday nights. For more information on how to get started, visit www.simproracing.com for more. By SWS Chassis, the leader in sprint car model kits, offering the most realistic chassis and panels for model builders globally. To get more information on the products they offer, visit their website at www.southwestscalechassis.com or find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages by searching for SWS Chassis. Shoutouts also to TPR, Total Performance Racing, and Dylan Schiebel Designs among the presenting sponsors for this year's running of the 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals and tonight's 3rd and final preliminary night.
Getting ready to roll off B main number 2 here in just a few moments. 11 cars looks like they're going to be on the grid and on the pole for B main number 2. JD Laird and Kevin Swindell, the Bulldog, going to start to his outside. Eric Wilkie looks to start third. Corey Wenzel, Big Z, he's going to roll off fourth. And the fifth spot going to go to Bentley James. 6 to Kyle Spence. 7 to Corey Teeple. 8th spot goes to Jared Burba. 9th spot goes to Brad Thompson. And to the 10th spot, looks like it's going to be Josh Sun. And I believe the 11th and final spot going to go to Jason Brown, and I do believe 12 now. One more driver entered the server for B main number 2. Luke Brepsick going to start shotgun on the field. He will roll off 12.
All right, four more drivers advance. Robert, who do you like here?
Like I said earlier, great drivers in this field, and stepping over some toes there. I apologize, but Corey Teeple looking from 7th. He looks to be my pick here in this B main number 2. Justin, who do you have here for this stout field of performers?
I'm going to take the Bulldog. I want to see what Kevin Swindell can do. He's no stranger to getting in victory lane. Obviously, at this place, 4 real Golden Drillers to his name, I really think he can get it done.
I like the whole front row. J.D. Laird and Kevin Swindell going to lead the field to green. Second and final, B-Main, 15 laps. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We are underway for the second and final B-Main event. 4 transfer on to the A. Kevin Swindell falling back 1 spot as Eric Wilkie, the man on the move earlier. Wilkie wants the lead in turn 4. Slide job, not enough.
J.D. Laird holding tough on the outside. Eric Wilkie trying to get up to his tail tank as Bulldog Kevin Swindell rides solidly in third. Tries to go down to the bottom. He's going to try to get to the inside of Eric Wilkie. Top 3 broken away as we complete lap number 2.
Top 3 have broken away, like we said. Kyle Spence there. Now making a move on the Bulldog, Kevin Swindell there for the 3rd spot. Corey Wenzel is solidly in 5th. Brian James back to 6th. But back up front, the battle is for the lead.
For the lead indeed. J.D. Laird having to try to hold off Eric Wilkie. About 5 car lengths in hand right now for Laird as he works to maybe ice this B-Main victory. Not Wilkie, though. He's trying to make it happen. Looks in the middle of the racetrack, and don't count out the Bulldog as we're a third of the way through. Kevin Swindell's back on the march now as well.
The Bulldog trying to dive down to the bottom, tries to put a slide job on Eric Wilkie, not going to make it happen. 1 car flipping, flip count to 37. Bentley James, he's out of this one as Kevin Swindell, the Bulldog, battles to the inside of Eric Wilkie for second.
3 wide for the lead in turns 3 and 4. Swindell trying to make the gutsy move to go to second, and now Swindell to the lead, almost. He had it for a moment, Robert, as they worked off turn 2. He's still there as they work down the front stretch.
He is still there as Laird is running the top side and making a little bit mistakes on that cushion. Allows Swindell to close in. He tries the bottom now at turn number 3 as now Kyle Spence is in the mix for the lead.
Kyle Spence was there. He tried to make it 3 wide. I'm telling you, Swindell is gonna throw it in there hard enough at some point to make it happen. Oh, they make contact as they come to the line. 5 laps to go. Now the crossover. Kyle Spence had the lead on the outside. Crosses over Swindell to get it.
Swindell with a slide job out of 4. He's going to make it stick. He's going to lead it at the stripe. Just 4 laps to go here in B-Main number 2. The Bulldog working to the inside of Kyle Spence. Slide job, not going to make it stick. Swindell gives up the lead to Kyle Spence out of 4.
It gets dicey as ever right here, Robert. Kyle Spence has been gutsy. He wants it. He's got 2 laps to try and hold off Swindell. Wheel to wheel for the top spot.
Wheel to wheel for the top spot. Kyle Spence coming from deep in the field now is on the top side and making a move, and he is just gone away from Kevin Swindell about 2 car lengths, but Swindell back on the bottom side of the speedway. White flag is in the air.
Swindell's going to have one more shot at it in turns 3 and 4. He dives all the way to the bottom of the racetrack trying to make the short way work, and it is not going to be enough. Kyle Spence wins B-Main number 2 over the Bulldog by just 3/10. Eric Wilkie third, and J.D. Laird does exactly what Kenny Humpy did, scores a transfer spot, moves on to the A-Main. Corey Wenzel, Josh Sun, Jay Brown, Brad Thompson, Jared Burba, Corey Teeple, Luke Repsick, and Bentley James, the guys who missed the cut. What a race, and for Kyle Spence to hold off the king of Tulsa as they've taken to calling him. Oh boy, Justin, what a job he did.
Yeah, Kyle Spence, you did one whale of a job. You held off the Bulldog. He's the guy that owns the Tulsa Expo Center, and you did it in grand style. Tell us about that run to the front.
I definitely wasn't expecting it. I knew once I got behind Kevin, I mean, you can't race with anybody else any better than him, and I knew he'd give me just as much room as I'd give, and saw plenty of opportunities and took them, and worked out in the end.
Now you got a long road to hoe. You're going to start 18th in the A main. Can you get up inside the top 4 with the run you made in the B main? Do you have something to get to yourself into tomorrow night's championship feature?
I'm not really sure. Usually I don't do too well at the Chili Bowl just because a lot of people usually wreck in front of me or wreck me or something. So as long as I can stay out of trouble, I think I'll have a pretty decent shot.
Sponsor shout out. You can't do it by yourself, man. Who's responsible for putting you in victory lane here tonight?
I can't thank Chase Cabre enough for setup help. He's not here tonight, but wish him a recovery on his broken bones and stuff. He's supposed to be running some late models this year, so I wish him best of luck, and can't thank Hyper Racing enough as well, and everybody at SPR for putting the show on.
He started 6th. He went up to the win in B main number 2. Kyle Spence, congratulations. We'll hope to see you lock in tonight in tonight's A main.
Thank you.
We're going to step aside here with B-Main action in the book. All that's left is the big dance now. 25 laps on tap. You'll hear from it live in just a few moments. Right now, you're watching the 6th Annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals on Fast 4 Media and powered by Loud Pedal TV. We're back with more in a moment.
Streets cry with a deadly omen. Outside I see a world that's broken. I can't breathe, my heart is choking. I need a cure for this life I've chosen. My pain is a blessing in disguise. I feel it cutting and it's cutting like a knife. My pain is a blessing in disguise. I feel it cutting and it's cutting like a knife. I will face everything and rise. Never gonna quit until I die. Angels keep falling from the sky. I'll take the broken wings and learn to fly. I will face everything and rise. Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive. Just like animals, animals, like animals, moles. And maybe you think that you can hide. I can smell yourself for miles. Just like animals, animals, like animals, moles. Baby, I'm. So what you trying to do to me? It's like we can't stop, we're enemies. But we get along when I'm inside you. Yeah. You're like a drug that's killing me. I cut you out entirely. But I get so high when I'm inside you. Yeah, you can start over, you can run free. You can find other fish in the sea. You can pretend it's meant to be, but you can't remember me for centuries. I can't stop till the whole world knows my name, 'cause I was only born inside my dreams. Until you die for me, as long as there's a light, my shadow's over you, 'cause I am the opposite of amnesia. And you're a cherry blossom, you're about to bloom. You look so pretty, but you're gone so soon. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 6th Annual Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals qualifying night number 3, A-Main on the track. You'll get ready to roll underway. Petey Bryan going to be on the pole. Michael Coker 2nd. Denny Felker Jr. 3rd. Clayton Tilley roll off 4th. Austin Carr 5th. Ricky Sanders 6th. Logan Seavey 7th. Herb Engelhart 8th. Ross Weiss 9th. And Tate Poole rounds out the top 10.
Cody Halter rolling 11th tonight. Tyler Edwards 12th. Chris Bell going to start 13th. Dalton England 14th. Stephen Garris is 15th. Kyle Spence 16th. Darren Mellett 17th. Kevin Swindell 18th. Kenny Humpy 19th. Eric Wilkie in 20th. J.D. Laird 21st. Justin Gilmore going to shotgun the field in 22nd. 22 cars getting set for 25 laps as we get ready to roll. Field in the hands of Petey Bryan and Michael Coker off turn 4. We're green for A-Main time here at night 3 of the 6th Annual Sim Pro Chili Bowl Nationals. Petey Bryan away to the point. Denny Felker, the man on the move early. Battle for the lead off turn 4.
Denny Felker Jr. trying to ride the high slide, go high, wide, and handsome around the quarter mile. Gets up in the outside wall, puts it up on the bike. Michael Coker now to 2nd.
How about Coker? Nice run for him early on. And look at Logan Seavey up to the 3rd position already, at least battling for it with Felker and Ross Weiss. Christopher Bell's the man on the move. He started 13th. He's already halfway through the field. Robert up to 6th is the Bell.
Yellow flag is out here on lap number 2. It's Petey Bryan, once again, your leader. There's quite a few cars towards the rear of the field, including J.D. Laird in that incident, as he is already back there. Justin Gilmore involved as well, as we had one car go up and over. Not quite sure who that was. It looks like Eric Wilkie and Halter as well out of this one early.
That's what, 39 now, I think, Justin? I saw 2 cars up and over on their lids right there.
Yeah, that'll make 39 on the course of the event. And so 39 flips is your hashtag flip count here. Again, tweet at us, hashtag tweet your seat, hashtag useless sim chili bowl. We'll try to get you mentioned after the race is over tonight.
Green off, turn number 4. Petey Bryan and Michael Coker ready to bring the field back underway. Still got a long way to go. 23 laps remain, and we are underway once again. Michael Coker, Denny Felker, Logan Seavey, Ross Weiss, the top 5 as we work already back through turns 3 and 4. How about Petey Bryan making the move? We put now 3 official green flag laps on the board, Justin, and I'm telling you, they are again.
Most definitely, as we got the top 3 under a blanket now, pulling away from Logan Seavey, as Logan Seavey puts the slide job on Denny Felker, but not able to get it done that time out of 2. Looking back through the field, Dalton England is right on the back bumper of Seavey, as Christopher Bell now working the lower side of the speedway, trying to get by both of those two for a top 4 position.
Christopher Bell tries to work to the inside, not quite going to put a slide job on Logan Seavey as Christopher Bell, the Bell, all the way up to 4th, and it's just Logan Seavey, Denny Felker still trying to ride the high side. Coker gets a little bit squirrely. Chris Bell going to try to slide him and take advantage in 3 and 4.
Yeah, and that's no surprise for Bell, as he has really moved his way nicely through. He's more than halfway through the cars he needed to pass. 2 more for a transfer spot. Logan Seavey's moved his way into the transfer 4. He rides 4th right now, trying to hold off Bell now. That's the battle for 4th.
It looks like Coker and Seavey side by side as they're both top and bottom on the speedway. Nothing really taking a given here, just slowly making their way through the field. As back up front, it is Petey Bryan and Denny Felker. 3rd is Michael Coker. And riding at 4th right now is Christopher Bell.
That is the Hornets that's going on right behind the bell as Dalton Englund tries to throw a big slide job on Logan Seavey. Not going to make it stick as Englund going to cross Seavey over once again as Englund on the bottom. Engelhart going to slide both of them. He's going to move his way up into fifth. He's trying to work on Christopher Bell now for that fourth and final transfer spot.
Yeah, Seavey's in the middle of a hornet's nest right now, and it's cost him a couple of spots. Christopher Bell from 13th to the transfer spot already in fourth. We're not surprised by that kind of a performance. He's closing in on Mike Coker in the third spot. Just about 3 car lengths back now is Bell. Everybody on the bottom. Seavey and Englund get together in turn number 4, and that was really dicey. I think Seavey fed him a wheel, Justin, and it put Englund in the wall.
Englund going to battle back as Seavey almost gets up into the wall as he slides from the middle all the way up to the cushion on the high side. Seavey once again trying to protect himself from a slider once again. Englund right there, wheel to wheel, side by side, now at 3 and 4.
3 and 4, they're side by side, Englund and Seavey. Once again, Seavey going all the way down to the bottom of the track, all the way to the top, as we got 10 laps to go now, 9 laps to go, this time at the line.
How about the run? Petey Bryan and Denny Felker now tossing it back and forth. That's the battle for the lead in traffic. Mike Coker's in the middle of this, almost 4 wide for the lead as they work off turn number 4. It is getting dicey. Where did Michael Coker come from? He was a second back 3 laps ago, Justin. Now he's got a shot at the win.
Petey Bryant stepped on it, went from the outhouse almost to the the penthouse to the outhouse as he's on the 4th and final transfer spot. Denny Felker Jr. to the lead. Michael Coker in second. Chris Bell in third. Petey Bryant trying to hold off Austin Carr, Logan Seavey. Those two trading heavy slide jobs in 3 and 4. This time by 6 to go.
Christopher Bell almost spun out there. He's still riding in 4th. Is now Austin Carr, who was back a half a track away from these leaders, and he is in the mix now for a top 4 position as we get closing here on the final laps.
How about Christopher Bell, though? Way to hang on to it. He's opened up a second now on Austin Carr, who's trying to close in and just can't make it work. This time by, it's going to be just 3 laps to go when the leaders get back to the stripe, and it's Michael Coker and Denny Felker Jr. going at it for the lead and the win. Wheel to wheel, Coker on the bottom and Felker up top.
2.5 laps to go here at the Tulsa Expo Center. Michael Coker on the bottom, Denny Felker Jr. up top. Popsicle sticks in the air for Coker as he's got the advantage. Ross Weiss, the lap car, going to hold up Denny Felker. Michael Coker going to ride the bottom there, and white flag in the air, this time high for Michael Coker.
The battle doesn't get any closer than this. Michael Coker 1 lap away from a preliminary night victory. Denny Felker now 4 car lengths back as they work on the back straightaway for the final time. Felker into turns 3 and 4 is not going to get there. Michael Coker in a dominating performance late is going to win night number 3 on the preliminaries for the 6th annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. Felker second, Petey Bryan third, Christopher Bell the final transfer in 4th, Austin Carr, Dalton Englund, Herb Engelhart, Logan Seavey, Tyler Edwards, Clayton Tilley, your top 10. Then it's Darren Mellett, Tate Poole, Kyle Spence, Kevin Swindell, Ross Weiss, Kenny Humpy, Justin Gilmore, J.D. Laird, Ricky Sanders, Stephen Garris, 20th, Eric Wilkie and Cody Halter, the rest of your field. But the big story, Justin, the run at the tail end for Michael Coker. How about it? He gets it done, made the pass for the win inside of 10 to go.
What a job, but it kind of had to take that big moment for Petey Bryant. He went from the penthouse all the way to the outhouse, and really, he got himself a transfer spot, yes, but he dang near lost it, and I'm telling you what, guys, that was a big moment for Michael Coker because Denny Felker Jr. looked like he was going to sweep the night.
Yeah, he really did. It was very surprising to see just how good he was for most of this race, and we're actually going to hear from all of our transfer drivers coming up in just a moment. First, we're going to hear from our top 4 and go from back to front. 4th place, Christopher Bell. Hey, he didn't run his heat, but yet he makes it into the A anyways. Justin Rosenau's trackside with the driver that now makes it into the A main.
Alongside the driver who finished 4th, and soon to be full-time NASCAR Camping World Truck Series driver for Kyle Busch Motorsports, Christopher Bell. You ran from 13th all the way to 4th. You had a big couple of moments there. Tell us about the run and how you locked yourself in for tomorrow night.
Yeah, we were pretty good there. Just kind of got behind there in the heat race whenever wasn't able to score points, but made it back up in the qualifier and was able to move up in the feature. I think we had a shot at the win there for a minute, but oh well, that's how it goes, and got as good a shot at any of them tomorrow.
Well, you entered now into the pole shuffle. Can you work your way up and try to get a better starting spot for the 55-lap A-Main tomorrow night?
Well, I don't have anywhere to go except forward, so hopefully I can pick up a couple spots and get myself into those front 3 rows. That'd be nice.
Can't do it by yourself, Christopher. Who's responsible for getting you into tomorrow night's championship A-Main?
Just thanks to Bo and all the guys at SimPro for putting this on. It's awesome to be able to have an event like this, and it's cool to see all the attention that you guys are, all you guys out there on Twitter are showing, and it's awesome to be able to be a part of it. And I hope I see this thing grow each year.
That's the driver who finished fourth, Christopher Bell. Chris, congratulations and good luck to you tomorrow night in the pole shuffle and in the A-Main.
Thanks.
And Robert Simons, you've caught up with our third place finisher, Petey Bryan.
Most definitely, Petey Bryan. Just located you here in the pit area. Great run out there. You were leading most of the way, but ended up getting into some lap traffic and fell back just a little bit. But you're able to lock yourself in for tomorrow night's pole shuffle for the A-Main.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Or my first ever Chili Bowl deal. Glad to be in the A.
Most definitely. I said quite a few times, I was telling these guys, you have to watch Petey Bryan. He is just one of the smoothest sim late model drivers I've ever seen, and you're able to definitely show them here tonight that you are one of the most consistent drivers. Great run out there. And what do you think heading into tomorrow night's pole shuffle?
Well, this A-Main, I learned a lot from this A-Main tonight, so I'm almost certain you could probably expect a lot more out of me on the tomorrow night, the big deal. So I guess everybody needs to buckle their seatbelts. It's go time.
Most definitely, Petey Bryan. Like you said, it is definitely go time. And getting you into third, who do you have to thank?
I got to thank Speed Shift TV, and I got to thank Cody Trammell most of all. He helped me out a whole lot. And Clyde and Brett for the internet again, and they sold G27.
All right, most definitely, Petey. It's a great run out there, and it looks like somebody caught up with Mike Coker down there, and let's turn it over to you guys.
All right, Mike Kerr, I talked to you earlier in the night, and you said it was going to be fun when we got to the A-Main. You made it look fun and stormed to the front there right at the tail end, took advantage of some trouble for Petey and some of the guys that you were chasing there late in the race. Talk about the run to the checkered flag and picking up this preliminary night victory.
Yeah, I seen Petey have a little bit of issue with the lapper, and Denny left a little bit of a hole going into 3, and I just kind of stuck my nose in there and rooted him a little bit, because even though it's a prelim night, it's still probably the biggest sim win of my career. So, and then once I got out front, I just tried to keep myself calm and hit my marks, which I didn't do very well, but it was good enough, I guess.
It was good enough to pick up the win tonight. I know this has got to be a special one for you. You're in the pole shuffle tomorrow as well. How's that changed the dynamic, and what do you need to do to work your way forward and start, potentially grab that pole starting position for the big dance here tomorrow night?
Just be smart. Try not to overdrive the car and stay calm. Don't overdrive it and just hug the bottom. That's my plan anyway.
I know you can't do it by yourself, and after a big win, there's a lot of people to thank. Sponsors, shout-outs, supporters, who makes it happen?
I do this pretty much on my own, but like I said earlier, my fiance for not killing me, and a couple of buddy of mine, Chaston Bone and Mike Honerkamp, for practicing with me, and the guys at BBR for putting on a good league.
It's been fun to watch, and Victory Lane has made it fun to be tonight. Congratulations, Mike. We'll see you tomorrow for the championship A-Main.
All right, thanks.
Michael Coker gets it done, Justin Rosenau, and he was the story of the night. But I got to say, The run from 13th to 4th for Christopher Bell, very, very impressive. And we all know that the former winner of this race going to have something to say come lap about 50 tomorrow night.
Well, yeah, then you also have to factor in Logan Seavey, who didn't transfer out of tonight. He's actually got himself a shot to run up through the alphabet soup as well. And remember, each of the last 5 years that this event has been run, there has been a different winner. Will Christopher Bell or Logan Seavey or any one of those combination of winners be the first guy to repeat as a winner of the virtual Golden Driller?
We're going to find out tomorrow night. Robert, a quick final thought from you before we call it a night.
Most definitely, it's a great racing out here, and I got to thank you guys for having me in the broadcast booth this evening, and just learning a little bit more with a three-person crew, and I think we did a great job. But as for the racing, it was just phenomenal racing, especially when I got into lap traffic. We weren't certain who was going to win, but it was definitely a great night for racing here at the Sim Chili Bowl, and look forward to tomorrow night.
Before we go off air, I want to say thanks to the sponsors that help make it possible. Action Wraps, Fast 4 Media, Loud Pedal TV, Sim Pro Racing, SWS Chassis, Total Performance Racing, and Dylan Schiebel Designs, all proud partners of this year's 6th annual Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. And for the entire crew, for Justin Rosenau, who's been the partner in crime up here all 3 preliminary nights, for Robert Simons, and for our executive producer at Fast 4 Media, Jeff Bourbon, tonight, I'm Jacob Seelman, reminding all you race fans out there, keep it up on the cushion, but keep it off the wall until we meet again. And we'll see you next time on the web tomorrow night. Championship night for the 6th annual Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl Nationals. Be there, and we'll see you there. Good night.